This is one of four items called Displaced Garden by Anahita Noruzi. It is from the series Other Landscapes, made in 2019-2020. This particular piece was part of the exhibit at the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts called the Museum of the Art of Today, Department of the Invisible, which in French would translate to La Musée d'Art Actuel, Département des Invisibles, MADI. This exhibition is a conceptual and performative artwork that was conceived in response to this omission to rectify these inequalities. For several years, Février has been acquiring artworks by artists from different cultural backgrounds and carrying out a series of infiltrating performances in museums. As a living artwork, Madzi has evolved to include a plurality of marginalized voices. According to Février, the aim is his nomadic museum is to improve the balance of power in art institutions in order to democratize the way they are governed and decolonize art historical narratives. The Montreal Museum of Fine Art recognizes the importance of showcasing the contribution of diverse artistic practices in shaping the art world, as well as Quebec and Canadian society, and is pleased to participate in this project. From June 15th to August 28, 2022, it will present a selection of this collection, including installations, sculptures, photographs, paintings, and videos. Stanley Février will be on site occasionally, performing his role of director and chief curator of Madzi. By employing these works as the mediums for his multidisciplinary, performance-based work, Février celebrates the practice of the various featured artists. A varied cultural program will be offered as a complement to this exhibition and will include lectures, films, and performances. In addition, on Thursdays and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., museum gallery guides will be presenting in the installation, participating in its performative aspects by interacting with visitors in playful and spontaneous ways. What I like in this particular series is that this is four sculptures of different flowers. So each sculpture is a different flower, and it's very realistic. I will be making videos later on about my trips to the Montreal Botanical Garden, and you'll see some of these flowers in the garden there. And it's very much what like you would see in the botanical garden. So it's very realistic. Obviously, it's made out of crystal and without color, obviously. So there are some differences, but you would really feel as if you're touching a glass version of the flower, almost. For those of you who are Canadian like myself, it's almost like a sheet of ice froze over the actual flower, and the artist just somehow managed to pick it up in one piece and put it on display for us. So it's almost like an ice sculpture. So for those of you who've had, like myself, the opportunity to go to Quebec City during the ice festival, you'll have actual ice sculptures, and it's very intriguing how they're actually able to do it. So it's really interesting that you almost feel like you have a piece of that experience here, but obviously the material is very different. You're not dealing with something in ice. It wouldn't last very long, obviously, in this under these conditions if it was really made out of ice. But it almost felt like that to me when I was looking at these pieces and when I first walked into the room where these pieces were found, because this is in a part of the building where it was where they had the ancient art. So where they had in particular, this room is where they had their ancient Egyptian art. Okay, it was a fairly small room, and then it connected to another room where they had their ancient Greek and ancient Roman pieces and so forth. So they revamped the museum, or at least part of the museum at the time, and now they use these two rooms for temporary exhibits, including this one. So you literally have to go up a ramp to go into this room if you're going from the section where they had the ancient Roman and ancient Egyptian work. So you're not seeing this piece right away. So it was really a pleasant experience to see this one. I This reminds me, there's a particular piece. I'll probably review this piece later on. And I had a bit of a scare when I turned the corner and saw that particular piece. In the video, I'll go into details. So, thankfully, in this case, it wasn't a scary, scary surprise. It was more of a pleasant surprise, I should say. But in the other one, it was definitely a very scary experience. I literally stopped dead. I'm glad there was nobody coming from the other side seeing my face, because I probably had a shocked Pikachu face on me, and it was like I was about to run in the direction. If it didn't process that, no, I'm not looking at what I thought I was looking at. I was looking at something completely different. But I'll go into details, like I said, in the next video. So at one point, I probably will add the link to that other video I'll make about this other particular item that I'm talking about. But yeah, sometimes I've, like, God knows I love the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts. Um, but every once in a while, there'll be something that I'll go there and it'll shock me. Um, in this case, like I said, it was a good shock. In the other case, it was a bad shock, but I'm sure they weren't necessarily intended. I don't know if they were intended it. I doubt that they were, but I can't tell you for sure that they weren't, intending it. But, like I said, sometimes the surprises come from the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts sometimes, and you're like, wait, what? But thankfully, the surprises are few and far between. More often than not, you know ahead of time what's going on, and most of the time, the surprises are good surprises, things that you enjoy and want to go through. So, thank you to the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts. But every once in a while, can you give a girl a heads up every once in a while? But I'll talk about it more, like I said, in the other video that I will make. Um, I'm semi debating now as I'm talking to you guys about it, if it's something that I'll release right away, or do the video right away and then delete it, not delete it, but deliver it later on in the year, because it could do better, or at least I hope it will do better later on in the year. But we'll see. Maybe I'll release it now and then make it private, then re-release it later on. But I'll see. I'm gonna make the video first and foremost, see how I feel, ask a few people with better ideas and uh, bigger brains than I do about it, and see what kind of game plan they would come up with for this kind of video. Anyways, I digress. So, on that note, guys, I'm going to let you go. I hope that you guys are enjoying my pre recorded videos about the arts. I know I haven't gone live in a while, or I don't do it as much as I used to. I know at one point I was going live every day or most of the days of the week, and I found that I'm really rather enjoying pre-recording my videos and making them shorter, 5, 10, 20 minutes. And I'll see that now I am premiering a lot too as well. And I see that, okay, that might actually be a good idea, where I'll have once a week a premiere where it's a good 20-30 minute video, and I'm taking a little bit more longer to explain and talk to you guys about the item, the artifact, my thoughts, etc. And then, once a week, have a very short, up to 5-10 minutes, where I'm just quickly rambling and a couple little points here and there about the piece, and that's it, right? But let me know what you guys think about that. I might actually go back to regularly going live on, once a week, doing a premiere once a week, and doing a pre-recorded video being released once a week. That's probably something that I would I would think I can manage. Life has been a little bit hectic. I know I've said in a couple of my lives where my boss has me now doing some classes and so forth, which he's paying for. So don't worry, nothing out of my pocket. So it's gotten me a little bit busy, and I am doing some editing work for others. So I'm always grateful for that. Definitely not complaining. Just telling you guys the simple facts. I I do editing for people. So if you guys do need somebody to do some professional editing for you, hit me up. I'm here for it. So I'm not, oh my God, I'm the most amazing. I try. I do good. So a little bit of self promotion there every once in a while. But yeah, send me a message if you guys need some help with your editing. I do it sometimes for free. I do get paid sometimes as well, but we can chit chat, see what you guys want, what your game plan is, and see, how to work things out from there. So on that note, guys, have a great one. Hope to hear from you guys. If you have any thoughts, ideas, I'm all for it. If you guys come from a different country where you would like maybe for me to talk about an artist that you might have heard of, but don't necessarily feel that talking about that artist is right for your channel, hit me up. I'm always up for discovering new artists, new experiences, new perspective. Art is one of those where uh, it doesn't matter if if you're coming from Canada, from the Philippines, from Russia, from Bolivia, whatever country. Art is art, and something that I truly believe can bring us together, and to be talked about and enjoyed, and should be shared, should be something that we brings us together. So have a great day, guys, evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope that you guys are experiencing a wonderful life.